benefit the family the most, so that the things that separated the family can fade away.
Okay,
That's
so
our
my
job
problem
in this era.
is my mother and father never got along because they're not actually family together. But I be trying to get my mother and father to get along, and I can't never do it. And I be trying my best,
Well,
because
maybe
to
that's not
me,
your
I be
job.
like, we got other shit to deal with. Like y'all should be able to get along because we got other shit that's worse than this to deal with. You know what I mean? And they're just
Hmm.
like, nah.
They might not be, listen, they might not be old enough yet to get along.
Shit, they almost 50.
They might not be old enough yet to get along. But sooner or later in your lifetime,
Mhm.
they gonna come to family functions and they gonna be able to be cordial with each other.
Right. So you feel like
You
so my question.
don't try to force it.
Right.
If you try to force it, you build the friction that keeps the barrier in place.
Right, but
But
as their child together, it's hard not to do though.
well, you can facilitate it,
Right.
but don't try to force it.
Right. Okay. And it's so
Right.
crazy. It's so crazy because I have the same issue with my child's father. And I'm
That's what you call a generational curse.
cursed.
If you find out why that problem exists,
And
you break the
I
curse
haven't,
off.
but I'm working
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Somebody's perception.
Right.
If somebody's
And
perception is
I
looking
will
at
say
it.
this to people that are listening, even though my father and my mama have the same issues, and I see that with my own child, my first child's father, I see it with my own first child's father. I will give it to my first child's father. He is trying his best to fix it, but I ain't gonna lie because I'm an honest person. It's, sometimes you like, oh, so you just act like this didn't happen, but he's trying to fix it though. So I give him that. I give him that. He's
Okay.
trying his best to fix it.
Well,
So what I will
just
say
remember,
is,
anytime repair is involved, it's a two-way street. If one person take one step, you should take two.
so he's trying to fix it, even though he tried to act like ain't nothing happened. But that's the past, right? So the past is the
Yeah.
past. Let it go.
You learn from it, you don't live in it.
Ooh, okay. So he's trying to fix it. So shit, So basically, what you telling me is, if he's trying to fix it, and even though he don't want to talk about the past, at least he's trying to fix what's going on forward
Well, he's probably just trying to have a functional relationship for the kid,
for the kid. Yeah. Okay. I'm
right?
okay with that.
It's easier. It's easier for y'all to go to your child's birthday party together than for to have two birthday parties.
hmm this is very important because that's also a generational curse too. So yeah, I'm glad you told me that. Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad you told me that.
All right. I want to talk to one of the brothers before I end this live, so I'm gonna let you get out now,
Okay.
and I'm gonna talk to you later. All
All
right.
right.
Rocks. Sit. Good boy. So this video, let me do some invites. Get some people in here. This video is about ancient um, native culture here in the Americas. Ancient native culture here in the Americas, and I'm only gonna. This gonna be short because I just wanted to deal with one little brief legend, um, and make it do what it do from that legend. So I'm gonna give me a couple of invites in here, and we're gonna do a little analysis of some Native American lore, just for kicks and giggles. And There's always something in the program to try to interfere with progress, elevation, upliftment, enlightenment, self-awareness, self-improvement, overcoming the struggles of life, learning to be righteous, learning to live by the code of righteousness. All of these things find great opposition in this modern world we live in. And in this world, um, people believe stuff that's not real over what's real. And you can show people things 1,000 times that you right, and somebody else can come along slithering up to them with some bullshit, and they'll fall for it. My only thing is, when they fall for it, you know, why are they falling for it? Well, it's all smoke and mirrors. If you don't remember Tupac, which I know everybody do, Tupac had a slogan he used to say all the time, and it's so true. Might have been before that. But the reason that was significant because one of my godmother's name is May Francis, right? But this is the building. When you look at the top view of the building and you do a layover with the slave ship, this is the building that the slave ship is designed from, this building, because this is where they created that bullshit ass story that we came over here on slave ships. So when you trace back your oldest slave ship narrative, you're gonna end up here. Look, there's more pictures of it, just so y'all can see what it looked like. This your slave ship. It was all mental and it was all fabricated, right? Them your slave ships. That's your slave ship. That slave ship I just showed y'all a few minutes ago, from an overhead top down. I already did it on my Instagram, but it's kind of far down on my Rod Hayes. I might be able to pull it up and show it to y'all while I'm thinking about it. But I already did the overlay just so y'all can see I ain't making this shit up. Cause motherfuckers think you just be making shit up. But mama ain't raised no motherfucking fool and papa ain't raised no punk. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. If I'm the only motherfucker telling the truth, I'm gonna be the only motherfucker tell it. Right? Sometimes it take these motherfuckers a long time to scroll down. That's why I don't be wanting to mess with them. But on my Rod Hayes page, you go back a couple months, I got the whole layout of the slave ship. The overlay with Notre Dame University, all that. If y'all start going down my page and y'all see the receipts that I done generated to show y'all what I've been talking about, y'all mind will be fucked. Cause y'all would not believe that nobody has gave this amount of information in this short of time with the references. Cause you got references for everything. Right? Like all skin folk ain't kinfolk. It's just the way it is. Out of all these motherfuckers at the Klan rally, why this nigga sitting over here just as safe as he want to be? Ain't worried about nothing. Come on, man. They been playing us like fools for the longest. We can't keep falling for that shit. You can't keep falling for it. Some point you got to draw the line. And then we believe so much in this system that when somebody's tell you that the system is over with, you don't even go look it up for yourself. You just assume this shit's still operational. Washington, D.C. is fucking closed, people. The White House is permanently closed. The Senate building, Senate, the House, that shit closed too. All that shit closed. All you gotta do is to people over in DC, they'll tell you that shit closed. You know, you can't keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm gonna see if I can find this picture before that was a big, that was a Moby Dick tail. That big white whale turned out to be a little white lie. And that little white lie caused the biggest fucking problem. And I want to show y'all this picture, this overlay before I go, cause it's in my Instagram. It's just been a while since I posted it, and I knew it was gonna take a minute to get back to it, cause I'll be posting like a fucking supercomputer or some shit. Y'all don't even realize how much posts I be putting up, or how much information these motherfuckers be having in them, and then some of them I even write shit under. That the Instagrams is just to just give y'all the visuals, but the real in-depth information I've been doing for the last couple years is on Facebook. That's where the heaviest lectures, the longest lectures with the most information is, because I had to go show that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And when they realized that I knew what the fuck I was talking about, they was fucked. They didn't believe that we would figure the shit out of me. They say I have epilepsy, I had brain damage, I'm retarded. I ain't never supposed to know nothing. They told my mama I wasn't gonna never learn shit when I was going to school, and I was over there laughing because I already knew more than them motherfuckers did then. But I couldn't tell them how I knew because I ain't had no references to give them. Now I got references for that ass. I'm just saying. Now I got references. I got so many references I can't even find the motherfuckers now. Yeah, I should have had that one. I didn't even think I would be using that poster, or I'd have pulled that mug up before I got on here. But I've been going over this shit. Look, the George Washington they've been telling us, that ain't even what the nigga looked like. The nigga wasn't even pink. They've been lying to us the whole time. Talking about whitewashing history. They was whitewashing history so we wouldn't know them niggas was niggas. That's why they was whitewashing history. We thought they was trying to whitewash history to make us think we ain't did shit. But my man did. He went in there and took all the cover off the secret societies. Told us that in 1919. I went in and took all the covers off the secret society. He put that shit in the public domain. They fucked now. Now we got a way to figure out what they doing. Right? Since we gotta welcome to the Illuminati Foundation, people. You gonna keep doing that shit to us? How long did they think that we supposed to be generation after generation of buffoons? How long we supposed to be clowns? Like seriously, how long we supposed to be clowns? How long supposed to be blind to the dirt that they doing while we watching them doing it without figuring it out? I got a fucking monkey mind. I'm a fucking overthinker. I think over the heads of most motherfucker that be thinking they thinking. So if I'm an overthinker and you keep rubbing the problem in my face, how the fuck you think I'm not gonna figure this shit out? Look, when I be going back, there's 5 cases. The United States found guilty of 5 counts of genocide. The whole United States corporation is gone. This shit is over with. See all that old secret squirrel shit? Shh, keep it quiet. Don't tell the masses. Don't tell them motherfuckers what we doing to them. They ain't gonna never figure it out. Bullshit. Right? That's what y'all better be braced for. The tsunami of God. I'm just saying. All these is posts on my page. This shit get deep. United States conspiracies cobwebs. Templar sanctuaries in North America. Right? Well, here go the crazy part. Most of us don't know the good guys from the bad guys. Because they all look alike. I can't find that slave ship post. Maybe it's on my maybe it's on Facebook. Look, this is when I posted that because the dude right there, he went in on our behalf. He had to take the Admiralty flag. He had to put the American flag behind the Admiralty flag to flip the jurisdiction. They was never supposed to leave this desk right here unoccupied and unattended at any time. That is the seat of power for the constitutional government of the United States. So if anybody from what we call the organic people of the land or any of their representatives, which he represented as a native shaman, right? So he's being taught by one of the priests on the land in his job as he joined the Marines, Special Forces. He went in specifically to perform the task of what we call sinking the battleship. So that's the bullshit they had ran on us, so we had to capture their flag. What they flag was the Admiralty flag with the fringes. We needed to put the law of the land back on the land and get us from under the Admiralty. That's what he was doing. Right? So now American corporation fell behind that shit. Since the corporation fell, then they have to give us back jurisdiction because they are no longer here. The corporation known as the United States has been dissolved. Trump dissolved it as the final president. All it is the ones that was doing the dirt behind the scenes is playing psychological operations because they still control mainstream media. And that's why we're using the social media algorithms to fuck up the mainstream algorithms. Because they won't be deniable in the mainstream algorithm flip to the social media algorithm for a source of news on something that's big. It's gonna shatter their whole paradigm, and they won't be able to hold it up any longer, right? So this was the contractual agreement, right? And this is when they was talking about. See, they took part of this out because it's supposed to say. I'm gonna read the way it is, and then I'm gonna tell you what it's supposed to say. It say if we would agree to take the fezzes and turbans off the Moors' heads and remove the sandals from their feet. The part that's missing It's supposed to read, if we agree to take the fezzes and turbans up the Moor's head and remove the feathers and sandals from the chief's feet, right? And enforce severe punishment, and also to swear a death oath between ourselves to religiously and faithfully not allow anyone to teach them the Moorish or indigenous children. Indigenous is missing out of this, by the way. Who they really were or who their forefathers were, and only allow the Moorish children to be taught that they were truly Negroes, black people, and colored folks 200 years from today. The Moorish or the indigenous would not know their nationality nor their national name of their forefathers. Also, they would not know from which land or ancestors that they are descended from. See, the agreement was is that that if they put our kids and their kids together and use harsh punishments and misnomers to identify them, that at the conclusion of 200 years, we wouldn't know who the fuck we was. That contract right there expired in 1971, but we wasn't ready. I wasn't but two. And when they got the extension, it expired in 2019, July the 4th, 2019, under Donald J. Trump. Now, if you go to YouTube, probably
So,
why I got you next.
well, damn, I had a quick question. Like you talking about birthdays and spirit and totem animals before. And my birthday is 12/24/88. That's like the year of the Chinese zodiac is the dragon. And also I'm a Capricorn. And I'm wondering if you could have a little insight on like the dragon, like spirit animal, and like the bee. I know you've been spoken like the bee before, like how it's like it's like 8, and I'm like 88, it's my year. And also, like, I noticed like a lot of bees been like flying up on me lately. Like a bee landed on my arm yesterday. They fly up on me at work, just get close to me, whatever. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't know if you have
when
insight.
we see bees, when men get bees, especially when it's in the odd time of the year, it's a call from the
Right,
matriarchs because they need us. Right. So
right,
when you coming through with dragon energy and Capricorn energy, you coming through with
right.
master energy and leadership energy. Right. So I'm
Okay,
looking at you. I'm seeing Chief all day long. Right. And I'm seeing like two lines crossing. I'm seeing Choctaw Cherokee.
I
Right.
know like my grandmother on my mother's side, their last name is Washington. I know you mentioned before, like that's like the name like Washita.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
the
like,
Washita. That's the Washita. They rooted out of Louisiana. That's
yeah,
another one of the clans. The Washitas is a old Amur, Amuur, Amur clan,
yeah, I heard
right?
you talking
And
about that before.
they spill into from Louisiana all the way into Texas, going down into Mexico.
Okay, and I know
Right.
my dad's from Alabama. He's from Grove Hill, Alabama.
Mm. Yeah, that's
But
yeah. So that's more likely your Choctaw line. Your Choctaw stretch from Mississippi all the way to Florida.
okay, yeah, okay.
So I'm looking at you. You got the energy field of those two crossing tribes.
People call me Chief all the time, so I just kind of adopted that, I just
Yeah, it ain't
use
an
my
accident. Some
right,
whoever started it remembered you from a past life, and they still refer to you as the chief. They still see you as their tribal chief in another
like
lifetime.
somebody called me Chief this morning. I'm leaving work, but that happens all like a lot. And I'd be like, okay, I just kind of adopted it, I go
Yeah,
Chief, because hey,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
my
so
kind of energy,
it's in you. I see it. It's in you. From the
right?
vocal, vocally, the authority in your voice is all there. You just got to find like where your lane at, like what you supposed to be doing. So you got to um focus on Big Mama. Ask her what you supposed to be doing. She communicate with you. You know
Right,
what?
right.
You already know what to do. You just don't know. It's when you start doing it, it's gonna come natural because you already
Mm-hmm.
know what to do. The Chiefs already know.
Right.
You know, we already know what to do. We just don't know we know it until we start trying to do something to change the current conditions, and then it automatically come to us as either a aha moment or a past life memory moment or
Mm-hmm.
a memory from talking to an elder woman at a different time in our life. But the answers always come to us. We know this, and that's why we trust the wise women over everybody else, because we know that they got the oldest information in their subconscious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the
I've been raised.
oldest information ties back to prime source.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. B
Yeah.
Ball in 129 say very settled energy. Not just settled, but settled and strong. Like you don't have no problem with nobody running up on you just to be running up on you. It's just not gonna
Nah.
happen. Because your
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
gonna tell them it's a bad idea already.
Yeah. But people already know that like I'm not the one you want to run up on. Like in my car, I keep my tomahawk right in my right side. So got a knife in my pocket, but whatever. And I'm always willing to fight. But I don't want to fight. But if it comes to it.
You're right. We get to 300. We ain't got it right now. We ain't got to worry about the 360 degrees of knowledge. If they run everything with 32, we only have to get 35 degrees in order to win. We don't need 360 to win. It'd be great to have, and we'd be doing some magnificent stuff with the 360. But with 35 degrees of knowledge, you gonna trump they 32 degrees and they 33 in the third, no matter how you look at it, because 35 is higher on the count. So that little bit, if they can rule us with 32 degrees from dead zero, and that ain't even freezing, soon as we thaw out a couple of degrees, we should be able to outperform them suckers with no problem. Whoever the power elite is, the ones of us with that code on the DNA, yep, I'm with you on that. Well, who messed with the DNA code? Who's smart enough? Teresa? If we could have been if the DNA code wasn't fucked with. But who's smart enough to fuck with the DNA code? Who bad enough to do that? You got to keep in mind, they told us they didn't even discover DNA to the 50s. So who in the hell was it back then messing with the DNA? We ain't asking the right questions. Yeah, you can actually have past life memories of the future. It's called a premonition. Um, Australia was later. Australia was later. Angel, what's going on? Maxine Morris says, have no choice for what? Look, you can always deny based off one word in one document in the law. Inalienable. You have an inalienable right. That means that man cannot alter. To refuse to have anything external of your body put inside your body. That right is inalienable. Man cannot dictate that. Now, if they try to compel you to get against your choice, file a motion in the court, attempted rape, conspiracy to commit rape, because that's what rape means, to violate the physical by inserting something that does not belong. If they give against your choice, you charge their ass with rape, because that's what it is. They penetrated your body against your will. That's rape. The same way they like to charge a black dude like Bill Cosby for tricking 40 years later for rape. When they stick that needle in your ass, that's rape. That's real rape. That you've been violated to the highest degree. They bypass your organs that's allowed for the body to enter, just enter you anywhere. Bust the skin open. If that ain't fucking rape, then they ain't no fucking rape law in the book. Let me read binaural beats are awesome. It's a couple of them that's similar too, that have a similar name, but all they doing is trying to balance out the hemispheres of the brain. And by the brain's hemispheres both working at the same time, it makes it harder for you to be deceived and allows you to see more into what's in front of you. And you have to see the misdirection clearer, because the creative part can see it as art, and then the intellectual part of the brain can unravel the science. And then when you switch positions on the two, that's when the deception becomes clear. When you allow your artistic brain to see the science and your scientific brain to analyze the art, that's when you are able to see the deception clearly for the first time. That's what they call the moment of truth in the bullfight, where the bull finally get to see the matador beyond the cape. Yep. So that's what they're trying to do with the binaural beats. And they also have meditations like the Monroe Institute that helps you break free from physical bondage to the body and allows you to astral travel so that you can wake up on other levels too. And by taking those two and mixing them together, well, it's pretty much obvious what'll take place next. No. And so I'm gonna look in here and see if we got any more questions before I call it a day. Hey, Jasmine. Oh, you know what? I got about maybe a couple thousand different meditations, and I don't use them all at the same time. I use different ones according to